I don't know if this is the right way to do this, but like I was hearing somebody complaining about something, and they were really upset. And I get that. We all get like that, right? But sometimes we really do need to put it into perspective. So I don't know even how to say this. Like, so, you'll see something that's relatable, but that's also horrific. And you're like, wow, that could have been me. Thank you, God. Right? It's like that idea of like remembering all your blessings, right? It's like, so I'm not saying how it's like, if you're sitting in a place of lack or of woe is me or upset about whatever, you're looking at it from the wrong angle. Really, you are. And I'm not saying that we always have to find the silver lining, although I find that to be beneficial. I don't want you to, I'm not suggesting you dismiss your feelings. I'm suggesting that you recognize them, acknowledge them, but put them in proportion. And in doing so, I feel like it's very beneficial to help me rise up out of that funk, right? Because we can get, like, things can, I guess, like hit or be so personal for us, or I don't know if it's like a wound or a trigger, or I'm not even going to give you the example, but they were discussing something I think most of us would say would be irrelevant. Like it was really, but they were very dramatic about it. And so that's why I think it must have been a wound or something like that. In other words, there's always more weight behind that story when it's that dramatic, right? It's like, okay, clearly something else is going on here. That said, sometimes we do just need that little shift, that little reminder of, okay, now that I got that out of my system, am I really that upset? Is that really so important? Is it going to be important later today, at the end of this week, at the end of this month, at the end of this year, in 5 years? Likely not. Likely not. And aren't we so grateful? And it's still not coming out the way I want to say, because I'm trying to do it more general, but they keep zoning me back in on that specific. But because I don't want you looking for the worst either, right? I'm not suggesting you look for the worst, but it's like it is just putting it back in proportion, because sometimes we can then be like, because I don't know how to say this. It's like, I don't want you to dismiss your feelings or underplay your feelings, because I've done that often in my life, and that's not healthy either, right? Like I'll brush things aside, like my feelings don't matter, or it wasn't a big deal, or I'll eat it, right? I'll get over it. And so I'm not suggesting you do that either, but, depending on the scenario, sometimes it's a quick fix, especially when it is something that's ridiculous. And you recognize, I don't even know why I'm overreacting. Okay, so is there a trigger here that we should look at so we can remove it so you don't ever have to overreact over something this small again? Or did you just need that clarity and that putting into proportion? Sometimes we're just so loaded with stress that it's that one thing that it's like, it's not even a trigger and it's not anything. It's just you're overstressed, And so it just was that final thing that just took you over the edge, which is never good either, right? That's just a real clear indication. It's just another warning sign to be like, you need to slow down. You need to love yourself. You need to take time to decompress and figure out ways to be less stressed. Don't we all? Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.